Hello and welcome. Today I will be doing a special video as it is my birthday, the day of this video releasing. So, like last year, I kind of want to do an update on projects. Last year it was just a random game that I made in a few months, which was Space Fighters. And that was a project, so I thought I would kind of go over a few projects that I've been working on over the year. So, the first one being the game jam that I was in for TiltSpot, where I made the game Conquer the Tree. As you can see here, it's very small, very tiny, and if I zoom in here, it's very blurry because it's not a high resolution, as you can tell from the kind of the blocky letters here. So, I've been doing some programming for it, getting down some of the mini games that I kind of want to add into there. But I've also been working on, of course, the cover art. So you can see it's not that great so far. This was prototype 1, where it's just I spent a day on it. I kind of mapped everything out, how it all worked. As you can see, I actually started on the letters here. I was changing this into an E. But you can see it's all looking pretty good. So then the second day, bam, made it look better, added in the signature crown of Conquer the Tree, because crowns are cool. But you can see I also moved some stuff around, added kind of a glow to the acorn to kind of pop out what these two are fighting for. But everything looks smooth on here. Add in an ant, because I'll probably add in an ant character. Maybe I'll add in like a praying mantis up here as like a new character. But yeah, I'm always trying to add in like new characters and stuff like that. And so then I began working on the other stuff. Now this day I made stuff that didn't look too good because first I start off with the grass here, and you can see it just kind of looks like noise. And that was because I did it. It looked pretty good, but then I wanted to add in kind of a perspective, so it kind of like is smaller here and then bigger here. But by doing that and how I did it, it made it look rough and crunchy, which made it not look good. So then I started working on the tree, and you can see I kind of get the two colors. They're not blending well right now. That was my next step in the process. But right now I just got the two colors, and you can see it's really green. The reason why this is because I have two monitors. One's a dark monitor, and then the other's a light monitor. Right now, um, I'm on the light monitor, so I can see how green it is, but I was working on the dark monitor, and it looked like a nice shade of brown. But also the fact that maybe my color blindness got into it as well. But anyways, I showed this to my friends, and I got all the feedback that I wanted, so then bam, it looks much better here. I worked on I reworked on the grass, as you can see here, so it looks a lot smoother and nicer. Um, and then I made the crown look better as well. It looked a bit flat, as they said, so I made that kind of stand out more. And also the tree, I changed the colors, um, and then I kind of made the branches and stuff, but then it looked 2D, so I was like, why not just add in some shading now? And I did that, and it looks like really good right now. So then next I'll need to work on this branch because that branch hasn't been done yet. And then I'll also need to work on the leaves because the leaves are kind of oddly put there. The acorn, then the glow around the acorn, because right now that was just put on as an example. And then I'll rework on the flowers because the flowers look like they're done in 30 minutes, which they were. uh, and also for this vision, as you can see back here, I was trying to make it kind of a top-down perspective of like, because you can see how thick it looks up here, and then it goes into a little bit thinner here. It's not that well illustrated here because this is just a quick drawing, but this was kind of the effect I was looking for, so then I could have grass in the background. But how it's turned out, it looks like you're looking at it from the side. Maybe a little bit top down because you can see kind of some of that changing in the wood thickness, but still, it looks like you're looking at it from the side. So the grass here, it kind of doesn't match with the kind of theme and aesthetic of the tree here, so I may have to redo the grass again, as well as the whole background, to make it look like you're in a forest. But yeah, that's my update on Conquer the Tree. Now Space Fighters, I released that last year as like kind of a cool project that I worked on for a few months, and I made it, and then I released it, and not a lot of people downloaded it, so I thought maybe it's not like that good of a game. Plus, a lot of people were saying it was a kind of copy of Asteroids, which I didn't. I honestly had no idea of Asteroids until um, I believe I'm saying the title right. If I'm not, then sorry about that as well. But anyways, I didn't realize that until I actually made it, and then I was like, oh, it kind of is a copy of it. But as soon as I released it, I had plans to kind of expand it further to where it would be have a single player campaign. But because before it was purely multiplayer, you kind of get with your friends and do all this. But then I realized that was the main focus of it, multiplayer. But then I realized after making it, or making the main core mechanics and things like that, there's like this would be a really good single-player game as well. So I made plans for a single-player campaign and made a temporary single-player game mode as well, which you can get by playing. But of course, nobody really bought it or anything like that. It was $1, and so then because nobody was buying it, I kind of thought, it's like, maybe it's not kind of the game, and I wanted to kind of work on other stuff. So then I worked on the video editor and then the game jam and things like that. But I actually played it once this year, and I was like, you know what? I think this could go really. I think I should really go on the single player campaign. I also had other ideas of projects like the FTC autonomous programming thing and other things like that. Uh, but I think after I finish the Tiltspot game, which that is on my #1 priority since that should be finished the fastest as it's been requested to, um, I will be working on Space Fighters to get that single player campaign out, which I think will be really good. Now I just wanted to talk about why I make the games that I make cost money. The reason why I do that is because I want to know that this is something that I should pursue. That, like, if I do this, you'll support me so then I can do this kind of full time, and then I don't have to worry about other things. It's like trying to, like, find a job and do all the other stuff. I want to know that this would be a successful path to go off of, and then do this full time to make some really good games. So that's the main reason why I make it paid for. It's not because I'm low on money or anything like that. It's just to make sure that this can support me. But I'm sure to state that in my uh, Space Fighters page and things like that. Um, I'll probably provide a link to most of my projects on this YouTube video as well. My thoughts are all over the place at this moment. But yeah, I will be sure to do that. So what other projects? Well, one other project, you can see I've been working on a couple projects in here. But anyways, a project that I wanted to talk about as well is the DeltaCraft project. I released that video a while ago, and I meant to do an update video a while ago as well, but I never got around to it. So the second video that I made of the DeltaCraft was kind of explaining how it was made and things like that. So on that video, I made a poll to where should I continue this in Bedrock Edition or should I go into Java Edition? Or should I do both in case, I don't know. But anyways, nobody voted on both because that would have taken forever, and I'm glad for that. I don't know, it's just a challenge to do both, and it was something to do, so I wanted to add that into an option. I still kind of want to do it, but I should probably focus on one thing, Java or Bedrock. So I decided to go into Java. There's one vote for both, by the way, so it was a tie. So I decided to go into Java. And I created a lot of it in Java. The main reason why I wanted to see if I would like to transfer into Java is because I know I like a challenge, and I know I can make it look as realistic as possible, basically. Not necessarily to where you're looking at it top down, you're controlling your character. You'd be in the game and stuff, but it's like for like looking around, like you'd be having like the models that look exactly like in-game and you feel immersed into it, even though you're in Minecraft. And I knew I couldn't get that same effect in Bedrock Edition, and I was a little bit limited by the commands in Bedrock Edition as well. I know they've been improved since, but I felt like I could get more out of it. Like, for example, whenever you type in your name into the book and then throw it, it says your name is I can't read. It's literally because the command blocks can't read, but these command blocks can read. So I wanted to make it in the Java edition. So I started a decent amount of it, but then I ran into a problem that I would face on either Java or Bedrock. How do you get the communication? The communication's on the bottom of the chat, and it's something that it's kind of important for the games, and it wouldn't have the same feel if it wasn't there. And I also wanted it to be not just kind of just yes or the whole command or the whole dialogue written out there. I wanted it to be able to type it along and things like that. Of course, that was second to actually finding a method of doing it. But you can see that this works. The only problem is it can only do one line. I can't have it do multiple lines unless I was looking on YouTube the other day, and I actually found a video by Triashtar of a Kingdom Hearts in Minecraft. And look at this. He has a whole menu, a whole working menu, the health and the magna, or no, what, I don't remember what it's called. But anyways, look, it's a working menu here, and it's the next lines, and it's all this. So for him to create that, he uses a negative space font pack that basically, instead of spaces going forwards, they can go backwards. So then he goes backwards all the way back to the end here, and then he can also do a next line with the negative spaces. So this makes a really good interaction system with this, and it would be perfect for creating uh, the thing that I wanted here. But the only problem is that it uses a true type font, and I have an integrated graphics card, so I tried it and it just crashes Minecraft. Unfortunately, there's no way I can get around that. I've spent a few days trying to work it out, but it unfortunately put a stop to the Java edition of DeltaCraft. I'm hoping that maybe I'll find another way. Maybe I'll just have it just spit out the whole line like this or something like that. But I want to at least get it done because it was a project that I started, and any project that I start, I want to finish because I don't want to get into the habit of starting a project and then never finishing it, which I know is a problem with a lot of creators. So yeah, that's kind of an update on all the projects. By the way, you should check out this video here, as it is a really useful thing. So yeah, be sure to check this out. And I think that's it. My brain was all over the place talking about a lot of topics, but hopefully I got it all out in a concise and complete way. And goodbye.